action figures are still fun to play with. While my hobbies have kind of changed since I was a young lad owning action figures and playing with them constantly for fun, now I kind of prefer statues compared to action figures because they kind of look better just hanging up on the shelf. But opening up this figure here and kind of playing around with it, I actually got a little bit nostalgic playing with it. Now, if only there was some kind of game to come out that would play on that nostalgic feeling I'm having. Hello, I'm Noah Price, your Christian gamer, and today for First Encounters, we are going to be looking at the game called Hypercharged Unboxed. This game instantly caught my eye when I first saw it on Twitter just not too long ago. I've been seeing posts of it, and while I do follow some pages that are more of indie developers, and so small games that are just them sharing their progress of making games, this was one that popped up and I thought it was just one of those games. And I was like, oh, I really hope this does well or comes out soon because this seems really cool. Action figures playing, just like the movie Small Soldiers, yeah, I'm all for that. And then when I went to Steam to look on for some new demos and see what games are coming out, I found Hypercharge and realized that it's out already. So why not jump into it and see what it has in store for us? I mean, obviously just the demo, but let's see what it got.
Right off the bat, I want to shout out the demo for actually having some pity options of customization. I mean, I always love it when a game has customization in general, because then I can help express myself and have variety. It's just fun. And with a demo, sometimes you can be restricted with what you got because you don't actually own the game. So thank you again to the game for letting me actually get to play around with the customization and get to really enjoy this beautiful style and aesthetic this game really chose to go with. It just did critical nostalgia damage to me. And we haven't even started the game yet, jeez. But jumping right in to see what the demos got for us, there's two different options, with one of them sadly being locked. I think where this game will truly shine is with its online verses. Sadly, we won't get to check this out today, but again, that's where I think this could really shine the most. Well, for us, we get to have fun with the single player, and while there is a versus options, which I assume is against bots, we are going to check out the adventure mode. Normally, I would do the tutorial on screen, but I actually kind of ended up doing off stream. Oops. The mechanics are easy, and don't worry, I'll explain to it once we get into it. The game mode that is available to us is the Waves, which, as it sounds as like tower defense style game mode. Boy, are there a lot more difficulties than I was expecting. I don't know why I wasn't really prepared for the difficulties options, but hey, I'll take it. And we choose expert, since I was streaming this and I didn't want to seem like a scrub. As we get into this game mode, let's talk about the controls. Also, man, is it cool to be a small toy in a big world. All it makes me think of is Small Soldier. Great movie. The controls are simple. We have a double jump, and when we are close to ledges, we will vault over them, and most importantly, with it being a big world, we don't take fall damage. Nice. It very much allows me to just explore if I want to. We have a sprint button, and for attacking, we have a gun that we can aim with, or if we are close to our enemies, we can also just shoulder check them. Lastly, for this mode specifically, we have 3 different generators we have to protect from waves of enemies. Depending on currency we find around the map, and from stopping goons, we can spend them to actually build traps and little hindrances to try to protect our generators. Also, we have some AI teammates. Cool. I'm actually really glad I got them. Not gonna say that they are probably gonna carry us, but they're probably gonna carry us. And hey, first wave out of 5. The first few enemies were these simple robots named Mean Bots, who were not too much of a problem, but then we ran into some army men, which, oh my gosh, it was so awesome to see them. Again, growing up playing with these toys specifically was so great, and it really did made me think of what other kind of possible toys are they going to be actually using in this game. Using a bounce pad, we joined the party on top of the car to help deal with the green generator. And again, just simply seeing toy army men parachute down, so good, so good. Heading back down to the ground level, we find a terrifying toy, Power Rangers. And man, that toy has advantage on its intimidation when it's doing flips with its sword. Luckily, we were able to take it down before we could see how much damage it could do. Lucky for us. But after taking out the last two toys, we were able to move into the building stage, so now we could actually put up traps if we want to. We put a trap on the car so that we could actually have some protection there. Then we put several poison vines leading to the blue generator. A bunch of these water bumps on the right of the red generator. Then we put some more poison vibes out of the car. And then we found this weird tower, which I decided to build because why not? All it really does is help us get to a slightly more advantaged spot, but I mean, that's really it. And then I was broke, so couldn't afford anything, so we had to just wait until round 2. Wave 2. Instantly we run into some rubber balls and Beyblades. I was really surprised to see Beyblades, but honestly, I'm really glad they are here because they really do fit this like toy aesthetic of like this toy can actually be dangerous, and so it really fits the aesthetic. And honestly, I mean, it's a toy I played with growing up, so hey, checks out in my book. On top of the car, we take care of some army men, and running back down to the red generator, we see it getting wrecked by the bouncy balls. Only after struggling a little bit, we are able to take care of them though, luckily. And that was the wave. A little underwhelming, but this seemed to be more like a specialty wave where it mostly just focused on dealing with the bouncy balls, which were kind of annoying and hard to deal with. On top of the car, we find a scope upgrade that does +1 accuracy and +2 zoom, just for free. Yes, I'm glad to see that we have upgrades and varieties of weapons. That's always fun. We instantly find another upgrade that seems to make our gun a machine gun, and just because why not, we go for it. We build this wall thing because, again, why not? Then we do some exploring before the next round. Using a bounce pad on the workbench, we got us back on top of the water cooler. And here I was able to actually find this broccoli thing. At least I hope it's a arcade style broccoli. Otherwise I have no idea what this is supposed to be. And we keep exploring, and this is what I was really looking forward to being able to do in this game. Jumping around in this weird life environment of just the big world when you're just a toy. It's so much fun, and I can assume they probably have some very creative maps. And I can see this being super fun with a group of friends, especially if it's like with a bunch of friends in versus mode. I can see it just being so fun. Time for Wave 3. The first slew of enemies were a bunch of Beyblades, and when you got cornered, man, can they be a problem, just ripping through your health and shield. And before we could take all the Beyblades out, we run into some Power Rangers, which almost took me out. On top of the car, we do a tiny bit of sniping to let our shield replenish, then rush back to the red generator to stop a really cool Power Ranger from slashing through our Lego walls, and then dealing with a few Beyblades that got stuck in glue. Yeah, someone laid this down as a trap. Very cool. Then we found these disgusting slug things. I mean, what are they? We do another cleaning sweep on the car, and in case you were wondering, this is the melee. Impressive. I know. Back on the red generator, we deal with the Beyblades, which turn out to be the last enemies. Woo! Cool. In the building phase, we put some traps in front of the blue generator again. Then we finally tried to build a wall at the very front of the door where those fiends come from. We really did miss out before not putting traps up here. Then we found a gun modifier that made our gun a ice blaster, which sounded really cool. I mean, hot. Good save. We built another one of these barriers, even though I'm not really sure how they're really helping, but hey, they're here. We then scurried for some more currency because I was all dry. I was able to find another gun modifier, which was a flamethrower, which I grabbed instantly. Now, I'm not saying this was a mistake, but you'll see what I mean once the wave starts. Speaking of which, Wave 4! We do our best to incinerate the Beyblade, but it was super difficult to do enough focused damage with the flamethrower. I finally make use of these Lego barriers so that I can actually stay safe while playing with fire. And once all of the Beyblades were dealt with, we move forward on the offense since we can't really snipe with this thing. We find a pulse cannon attachment, which we switched to since, honestly, the flamethrower is not doing enough for us. And man, was I not expecting what this pulse cannon can do. It takes a super long time to shoot, but man, is it powerful. Oh, and hey, round's over. We drop more walls and try to fortify right in front of the door, and we finally help out a little bit on this right side of the generator again. Yeah, I really have just really left the blue generator for the companions to kind of take care of. I mean, they've been doing a good enough job, I hope. I fight this ice blaster again, and hopefully I don't get silly again and try to get rid of it before I even try it like last time. Oh, hey, a laser. Nope. We'll hold off. We'll hold off on it. I will resist its temptation. Final round, wave 5. And oh no, I did not think this weapon functioned like that. I mean, it works, but this is gonna require a lot of precision. Like I got that right after a couple misses, and them just beginning to really start to swarm us. I decided we should switch over to the laser, and man, is this so much more what I was wanting. Burn, bot, burn! Besides having to try and save my teammates from a flock of rangers, we were able to finish off wave 5 and win, unlocking several goodies. I was honestly kind of expecting to have to deal with some kind of big boss or some big enemy at the very end, some big toy, maybe like a teddy bear or something. But this was just a demo, so I can understand it not being that. But honestly, if it wasn't for my teammates, I honestly probably wouldn't have won. Thank you, CPUs.
If you like FPSs, action figures, or even some just good old fun playing with others, whether it's with cooperation with a tower defense style mode, or if it's with a versus mode, I think this game is great for you. I think it's gonna be a fun, joyous thing, just even with its aesthetic and its style of being in a Toy Story aesthetic. More like Small Soldiers. I rather assume it's more on that side than the other, but eh. Either way, this game just pulls at the nostalgic feelings for somebody like me who's grown up playing with action figures constantly and want a fun shooter where you are in a really fun environment to play in. I think you should totally check it out. I mean, at the very least, you can always go to the demo and play it and try it out yourself. I had a great time, and yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'm Noah Price. Thank you again for indulging me on this. Really enjoyed it. If you want to watch the stream of me actually playing it, I actually have that in my other channel called Hero Scrub. It'll be at the end of the screen right now. But yeah, thank you for coming. Jesus loves you. Bye.